Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Ridiculous. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Hello and welcome to episode, is this what, 201?
Yeah.
201 of the Film Blurs. I am Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. Uncle Jeffrey. And I'm joined here, as always, by my friend and co-host.
What's up, ball bags? It's Brandon Norwood. CinemaCon just fucking ended. And man, there was a lot of tomfoolery, huh? Just a lot of fucking tomfoolery. Jesus Christ. We might as well just blow up movies, dog. I'm just like, y'all niggas is just run around with your dicks in your hand. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, the only people who came out looking good was Amazon, Warner Brothers, which is a big question mark, and fucking Universal. I was like, dog, if I'm a filmmaker in the industry, I'm just gonna go to fucking Universal and get my movie made. I mean,
Universal used to be for the last couple of years, Universal used to put out garbage, right?
Shout out to Donna Langley, bro, because she turned that shit around. They got Spielberg, they got Nolan, the Daniels is there. I'm like, damn, if you want to make a movie, you got to go to Warner Brothers or fucking Universal, because everybody else is just like, well, how about instead of doing that, why don't we do another Transformers?
Right. And here's the thing. Universal and WB, for the longest time, were the biggest, corporate-minded film studios in the industry.
Yeah, it used to be Paramount. Paramount was the movie you go and you make a movie, and not only would it be, artistically viable, but it'd be fucking, a commercial success. They used to be, they were called the Mountain for a reason.
Right. But look now, fucking Warner Brothers might as well be an indie. And Warner Brothers might as well be the studio system version of A24.
Well, let's say that they started off their presentation highlighting all their fucking movies. The biggest thing that came from the Warner Brothers panel, besides Dune, which we'll get to in a minute, the biggest thing that came out the panel for me is this new indie label called Warner Brothers Clockwork, which I'm like, yeah. You get the reference?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And this is going to be their new indie label. And I was just like, well, y'all did had Warner Independent Films. I mean, y'all put out great movies under that label. One of my all-time favorite movies came from that. It's called Good Night and Good Luck. The George Clooney movie.
Yeah, it's was it based on a play, or did they make a play after he did the movie? I can't remember.
I can't remember either, but that is literally one of the best movies I've ever fucking seen. Yeah. 90 minutes of just riveting fucking American journalism in black and white with an all-star cast. Robert Downey before he was fucking
before when he was still an actor.
Yeah, man. That's why it was funny when he was making Oppenheimer. He told Chris, he's like, straight up, Chris, I don't know if I can do this type of movie anymore. And Chris is like, what the fuck you talking about? You're an actor. Of course you know how to do this shit. And now we'll get to all that shit sure. In a minute. We'll get to all that shit. Have you seen before we get back to Warner Brothers, have you seen Infinity Vision? Because we'll dive into that. This
fucking bullshit ass fucking snake oil fucking. So this is how much they don't respect you as a moviegoer. This is how dumb they think you are. And you know what? They may not be wrong.
Well, we'll get to it.
But that bullshit. Oh, when I saw that, I was like, so are they building more screens? Is that what's going to happen? It was like, no, we're not.
Here's my thing. Instead of doubling down, because Dune already put tickets on sale and has sold out 2 showtimes a day. So we're waiting for the other 2 showtimes to go up, because the showtimes they have up right now is fucking 7 and 11. Both of those are just gone.
Right.
Across America, just fucking gone. You know what I'm saying? So like Warner Brothers already beat y'all out of the gate. They had the date first, and like, here's my thing. Jumanji moved, and the only thing coming out before either of those movies is Violent Night 2, and I'm like, y'all have December 1st, December 5th, and December 11th. Like, y'all got like those 3 dates to move that motherfucking movie, and it don't matter when you fucking put it out. You're still gonna make fucking 400 million opening weekend. Like, just fucking move the shit. It'd
Right.
solve everybody's fucking problems right now. And it's not like you're gonna lose business over the Christmas corridor. You know what I'm saying?
And this is my problem with businesses in general, right? Like, there's enough money on the fucking table.
Yes.
Right? Like,
Yes.
instead of trying to compete against one another, if you work together, you can get all the fucking money. But,
Well, one of the biggest things to come out of Warner Brothers Clockwork, my man Sean Baker, who swore up and down he's going to be indie till he dies, is putting out the first movie under Warner Brothers Clockwork called Te Amo. He still have creative control over it. Still gonna be a low budget movie, but I'm just like, nigga, you said you were gonna be indie till you die. You putting out a movie now under a studio. So now technically you're a studio filmmaker. Don't matter if it's an independent quote unquote film or not. It's still a studio movie, technically. Cause remember everybody had an indie label, like Paramount had Paramount Vantage, where they were putting out. Remember Paramount Vantage?
like it came and went.
Yo, that
Vaguely.
shit had No Country for Old Men. They put
Mhm.
out fucking oh my god, what's the name of that shit? There Will Be Blood. Like, Paramount Vantage had some hitters. Universal still has Focus. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever happened to Sony's indie imprint?
Sony Pictures Classics, they still put out movies.
But wasn't there another one? I thought there was another one besides classics.
I'm pretty sure they did. I mean,
Yeah.
Searchlight.
Searchlight.
They still put out movies. Like, every major studio has an indie label. My thing is like, it's just crazy that these studios shutter their indie labels only to like 5-10 years later be like,
Right.
hey guys, we got an indie label again. It's just like, all right, nigga. But like, shout out to Pam and Mike, you know what I mean? The best fucking movie studio heads in the biz. I hope everybody, looks like everybody's gonna jam this shit up, because the EU's like, yeah, nah, we're not approving this deal. Cory Booker's like, yo, this nigga's gonna testify. Because did you see Ellison's like, yeah, I can't make the Senate hearing because of a death in the family. And then 2 days later is at fucking CinemaCon.
Of course he was. Right.
And Booker's like, yo, listen, you could run all you want, but we gonna subpoena you, nigga. Eventually you gonna testify.
And so, like, here's how bad it is. I watched that movie Balls Up yesterday, right?
Okay, say that for the main review.
I will, but like, I was about to turn it off as soon as I saw David Ellison was on there as a producer. Right? Like, it came up as David Ellison. I was like, God damn it. Fuck.
Yo, man, and you know what? Outside of Star Trek and Mission Impossible, which again, I say this, he piggyback off of, that nigga Skydance. I forgot about this until fucking Sean Fennessy said this on his show, because Sean and Amanda went to CinemaCon. Nigga, I forgot that Skydance was the one pushing the Terminator franchise. They had the rights to that shit. And I was just like, damn, nigga, you fucked that shit up well. Like, you ran that shit into the ground, nigga. And now, like, we're supposed to trust you with
Right.
2 movie studios. And I'll get to the Paramount, but, like, all the things he's getting on stage and promising, I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, man. Okay. Like, really? I'm like, okay. All right. Just literally digging up corpses, but we'll get to it. But like, let's end Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers highlighted their whole slate and shit like that, and then they ended their panel with the first 7 minutes of Dune, and everybody's just like, shit, nigga, shit. And you know what
I,
the first 7 minutes have been compared to? Everybody walked out saying the same thing. You know what it's been compared to?
I know it was like I forget the war movie that it was compared to, but
Saving
like
Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan, right? So if you remember the fucking whole entire Omaha Beach scene, which pretty much reinvented,
It's the opening of Saving Private Ryan.
right? It was the opening of Saving Private Ryan, like that whole
Changed
time.
war films forever.
Right, exactly. So
I remember my parents and all my parents' friends were talking about it. Like they were walking out the theater shocked. They're like, "Have you guys seen Saving Private Ryan? Like, holy shit, the first 10 minutes is absolutely disgusting and horrifying."
it's so visceral that people who were actually at the battle were like, "Yeah, that's what it was."
Dog, I remember that movie became mythicized when we were kids, and when it finally hit DVD, somebody's parents bought it, and we all went over their house, and we had a sleepover,
All
and
right.
they're like, "All right, have fun, kids." We watched it, and we just sat there like our mouths hit the floor. One kid ran to the bathroom and yacked, and I sat there. I was like, "Yo, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen." And some parts of it, because I was so young, I did look away. I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. So, look, uh, this is the last. This is the last hurrah. This is the third part. This is Denny's magnum opus. Like all you motherfuckers who were complaining about, oh, the first two were so slow and everything like that. Like, well, it's a build up. It was a story build up.
You know, Denny, this is Denny's dream project is doing
Right.
Dune. You know what I'm saying? The first 2 books. You know this nigga was going to pull down his pants on this last one and whip out his dick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said the first one's a meditation, the second one's a war film, and this one's a thriller. And because of this one's a thriller, he said this is the most action-packed of the 3. And they said the battle that opens this movie is probably one of the most insane things you'll ever see in a fucking movie. Like people are like, the lasers come at you. They're like, if this shit's in 3D, niggas is like, I'm going to see this shit in 3D. They say the lasers come at you. There's ships literally getting blown out of the fucking sky. It's an all-out assault, and you know who's leading the assault? It's not Paul.
Is it Duncan?
Nope.
No. Zendaya?
Nah.
No.
It's
Who?
Stilgar.
Really?
Yep, Stilgar's on his fucking for the Messiah shit.
Okay.
Apparently, you know that shit that you see in the trailer where they're fighting them straw hat samurai looking niggas?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently that's the opening scene.
All right. Look, I can't like I'm gonna watch it in as many formats as I can, but this shit's probably gonna be wild in 4DX.
I regret not seeing the first movie in 3D just because I was so spoiled by IMAX because my press screening was in IMAX. Every screening I went to was in IMAX. Like I have not seen Dune Part 1, not in IMAX. So like I do regret not checking that motherfucker out in 3D because Part 2 wasn't released in 3D.
I mean, honestly, probably next year they're gonna do a re-release of all 3. Probably like
You
it
mean
makes
the
sense.
end of the year because
What?
fucking it comes out at the end of the year. So you
Ye-
mean the end of the year?
No, I mean like once it does its award, like once it does its run
Oh, you think
I-
for awards?
for awards, they're probably gonna do.
Because you
all
know they're
3.
trying to return the king this.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, why doesn't it just move to March? I'm like, because then that kills its Oscar chances, just like Dune Part 2. Like they lost all their like had it come out when it was supposed to, I would have got nominated across the board for everything. But the problem is they pushed it back to March and it killed it. That's
Right.
why everybody's like, well, push it back to March. And I'm like, nah, nigga, they want those awards. Like, yo, and I don't blame them. I'm like, yo, this shit better get something, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You got James Cameron out here being like, yeah, I don't believe in the Academy Awards. And everybody's like, why? What are you talking about? He's like, Denis Villeneuve made 2 fabulous Dune movies and they refuse to acknowledge them. He's just like, fuck the Academy. I don't care what I think about what they think about Avatar. Like people, I get the money. The money's for that. But for me, he's like, Denis should be winning awards. And then you got Spielberg out here. He's just where they were talking about Disclosure Day. And the only 2 other movies he talked about, where he's like, I'm excited to see The Odyssey. You know, Chris Nolan's such a great filmmaker. He's a great friend. The movie is I've seen scenes of it that you guys haven't seen, and this is one of the biggest movies I've ever seen in my life. And then he's like, you know, Denis Villeneuve is also a friend. I'm excited to see Dune. The first two movies, I would say, are some of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time, but they're not just my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. They're both two of my favorite films of all time, including Part 2. I think Part 2 is one of the best movies ever made. And I'm just like, yo, if this nigga Denny don't get something,
right?
if you don't get something, nigga,
Yeah.
if you don't get something, yo, nigga, I will run up with a Chris knife.
I mean, but here's the thing: like the Oscars doesn't matter. It really doesn't at this point. You know,
They
It's
used
my-
to be so culturally relevant, bro.
right. Yeah, but now it's like how I feel about the Grammys, right? Like once you find out the Grammys are about sales, right, instead of like artistic merit, like it is cool. I'm not taking away from like I know people with Grammys, right? I'm not taking away from their achievement, but like when you find out that it's you know not about the craft, it's about the commerce, it takes something away from it. And the same thing with the Academy Awards, right? It doesn't seem like it's about the craft anymore. It seems
Well-
about it's like whatever is the most like popular, or in some cases, what won't get old white people in trouble.
Weinstein killed the Oscars because the shit
Mhm.
that used to win Oscars was movies people went to go fucking see, but have some prestige pedigree to it.
Right.
Just like what Nolan and Denny are doing now. They make studio films with pedigree. You know what I'm saying? Spielberg, too. He makes movies with studio films with pedigree. Those are the type of movies that used to win. And because of fucking Weinstein, now if it's not like a low budget art movie, they don't give a fuck, man. Like, he really did kill this shit. Could thank the English Patient for that. And ever since then, yo, because we all look back at fucking English Patient, Shakespeare in Love, fucking King's Speech. The King's Speech won over Social Network, over Inception, over Toy Story 3. There's a couple of other movies that came out that year where we're just like, dog, yo.
And look, full disclosure, I have still never seen
The King's
Speech.
And we gave it to the wrong filmmaker, too, because that motherfucker's been trying to win another Oscar since then. Tom Hooper, that's all that motherfucker does. Let me make a movie so I can win an Oscar. I'm glad he disappeared for a minute. I'm glad Cats was the fiasco it was.
What was it? What did he do? Oh, okay. He did Cats?
That was that nigga. He did Les Miserables.
Ooh,
yeah, you remember that? Yeah, nigga. And
I never saw Les Mis, but I wanted to trip balls and see Cats because that seemed like a fucking nightmare.
Oh, me and my brother watched it during lockdown, and it is much worse than what you've heard. Like, much worse. Like, nothing will prepare you for how fucking bad it is. At one point, yo, Idris Elba's character is like a fucking pimp. He's a cat pimp, and his name's McCavity. For some reason, he has powers where he could disappear and reappear at will. At one point, after his fucking musical number's done, he just goes, McCavity! And disappears. Yo, the movie he did before that was called The Danish Girl, about this the first transgendered woman. It was a man transitioning to a woman.
It wasn't. It was based on the painting, right?
No,
Or
it was based
about
off a real story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh man, bro, that movie was nothing but like, look how important this is. Look how important this is. And I'm just sitting there like, hearing another fucking Tom Hooper movie, man. I remember that came out and people were just like, yuck. And I'll never forget talking to two niggas who were just in love with Tom Hooper. They're just like, I'm so excited for The Danish Girl. And I'm just standing there like rolling my eyes like, Jesus Christ.
Right, yeah.
And then when it came out, everybody's like, nope.
Good.
There's been movies that have come out during award season where everybody just goes a collectively nope. You know what I'm saying? Just collectively just like, yeah, nah, son.
It's like you're trying too hard. You were trying too hard for nothing.
And then every year you'll get a whoopsies, and the Danish girl is both a nope and a whoopsies. A nope and another nope and a whoopsies is blonde. Like I remember listening to Blank Check, and David was just like, "Yeah, that movie's a big whoopsies of a movie."
Yeah, I remember when we watched it, I was like, it's shot well, but it was made by someone who hates women.
Yeah.
And I fuck with Killing Them Softly.
Oh yeah, a movie most people hate. But then there's shit in that movie where I'm just like, damn, bro, I can't believe you put this in a movie. Like, there's one thing, like the one line James Gandolfini said, I'll never forget being in the press screening. That one line he said about Jewish women, the whole theater just went, oh, I was just like, oh shit. And then there was earlier in the movie, Ben Mendelsohn's talking to another character about some girl, and he's like, well, it's not a girl, like about how you would judge this woman physically, or like, you know what I mean? How he would rate a woman. He's
Right,
like,
right.
well, it's not a woman you'd rape. And I was just like, yo, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Andrew Dominic, I'm just like, man, you might have just killed your career, dog, because you did 2 back-to-back, bro, where you...
I mean, look, he'll go back to Australia. He'll be fine.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, they ended on Dune 3, and at the end of the week, a lot of people was like, yeah, the best thing I saw all week was the first 7 minutes of Dune Part 3. So, let's get into Paramount. This nigga David Ellison, with his demon-looking face, like a goblin, walks out on stage to...
It's like he's handsome Frankenstein. Like, he looks like a handsome Frankenstein.
That's Jacob Elordi, nigga.
No.
Like, he was literally Frankenstein.
No, but like comparing Jacob Elordi to David Ellison, like, I used to say that Jacob Elordi looked like a handsome Frankenstein. Like, he's got a unique look, but like, he looks like a person, right? Like a person that was born. David Ellison looks like he was fucking carved from...
he looks like he's from a vat tank from some sci-fi
like
movie.
put together with like different parts of what someone would think handsome looks like.
All right, but he walked out, and the response was described by many as muted and somber. He walked out on stage, and that nigga just goes, I promise you, when we combine with Warner Brothers, we will put out 30 films a year, and that's at minimum. And the response to that, everybody's just sitting there like, okay. And then he's like, I promise you, starting today, Warner Brothers is committing to a 45-day window.
Sure they are.
Yep.
Sure they
Yep.
are. You could look, tell us all the things that we want to hear.
We still have
Fine.
not seen anything from the Ellison ran Paramount, because everything that's coming out is still from Sherry Redstone. And we won't see anything earliest till maybe next year from what he's greenlit. But he got up on... Go ahead.
So you say it's 30 movies, right? 30,
Yeah.
30. How many of those are going to be actually fucking good? That's the thing. I don't want 30 movies. I want 30.
Here's the thing. Nobody believes that shit because they made Avatar. You know Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? A show I talk about all the time.
Yeah.
They brought the original people back to do an animated film. They said that was going straight to theaters. Just back in January, they were just like, yeah, we're putting this direct to Paramount Plus now. And by the way, that shit leaked last week.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. So it leaked. Not only did it leak last week, apparently all the fans saw it and was just like, fuck this movie. They found out who leaked it, and they asked him why he leaked it. He was just like, oh, for trolls and lulz.
That is something else. That is another thing we're gonna have to talk about on a different episode. For the fact that we have created a culture where people are just assholes
For LOLs.
for LOLs.
Like that
right?
nigga's just like for LOLs, for LOLs, and a
Right?
troll.
It was like if like Ryan Reynolds releasing fucking
The
Deadpool.
Deadpool test
Right.
footage to get his
Right.
movie made.
Right.
Yeah.
That like I get that, right? Or you leaking something as a protest against a studio's policies on something. I get that. But just releasing it to be an asshole, like
And it's Paramount too. That's what makes it funnier.
right?
It's
Like
fucking Paramount. And it's one of their biggest franchises. And you promised the fans of the franchise
right.
this is gonna go to theaters, and then you're gonna be like, nah, now it's gonna go to Paramount Plus. And now I guarantee you that dude was also like, well, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. Like if it was going to theaters, I'd be really like, yo, that you fucked with someone's money.
Right.
You fuck with like the filmmaker's money and shit like that. But streaming, like we still don't know how people make money off fucking streaming.
That's why a lot of people at this convention are doing a hard pivot back to theaters, because almost every panel, everybody's like, we're doing a 90-day theatrical window. We're doing a 65-day theatrical window. Paramount was the smallest theatrical window. Like, I think Sony's doing like 40, 60. Universal's doing 90. I mean, Universal makes sense. They got the movies. Like they got
Right.
Minions, Disclosure Day. Obviously, the Odyssey is going to be probably the biggest movie of the year.
Yeah, but like here's the thing. Like there are some movies that I want to go see again in a regular theater that I can't.
Well, we'll get to Amazon in a minute, but Paramount, apparently that also got no response from the audience. Like anything David Ellison said up on stage, and then he's like, now I want to show you guys a short film. And I just remember listening to The Big Picture, and Amanda, her comment on that shit where she's just like, you know, I want to sit down and talk to David Ellison and ask him what his definition of a short film is.
Because he doesn't know. Why would he know? Why would he know what a short?
Yo, I love Amanda, dog. She does not hold back on that fucking show.
No, good for her.
I
Good for her.
disagree with her a lot, but goddamn, I admire her balls, bro. Because the look on her face when she said that shit.
He doesn't know what a short film is.
Yo. And this short film was going over, it was in the Paramount lot, and the lot looked busy, like they were shooting movies. And everybody was like, immediately, they were like, this is bullshit, because nobody shoots in LA. No.
Right. Were you in Jersey? Were you in New York? Because that's where the shit's being. Or were you in Canada? Were you in Georgia?
Yo, Timothy Chalamet was in this shit. I can't remember. There's a bunch of celebrities in this. Like the movies, we're making the movies at Paramount, and then it ends with Tom Cruise sitting on the water tower barefoot, being like, "Paramount, the home of movies."
So it was a commercial, right? Like that was something that they play on a plane to tell you about all the people that work at the airport, right? To make you feel safe about getting on the airplane. It was an infomercial. He should know what a short film is. The difference between a short film and an infomercial, because he's trying to buy another film studio.
I knew this shit was bad when they gave $100 million first look deal to James Mangold. Wait a minute. I forgot. Will Smith's in shit. I forgot. Will Smith was also in the video because they also gave Will Smith a fuck ton of money for a first look deal. So
they're just and look, I'm not mad at anybody getting their paper, right? Like if you can get someone to give you, and like I'm glad Overbrook. Good. Overbrook. Give him a first give Hey, look, if someone wants to give you their money, you take their fucking money, right? Like I'm not mad at that, but like don't try to fucking convince me like I'm some fucking rube, like some yokel. I was like, y'all, look, we got all these stars there. They must be doing something well. It's like, no, they
yo,
fucking paid for them because it's their
yo,
job.
yo, I just want to say, me and my brother said this yesterday. We were like, yo, James Mangold, fine filmmaker, but nobody I would be giving a first look deal of any kind, even a $20 million first look deal. I wouldn't be like, yeah, James Mangold.
Like, here's the thing. He is an also ran, right? Like when people talk about their favorite directors, I don't think anyone is their first round pick says James Mangold.
Right.
It's always like, oh, remember that movie? It was directed by James Mangold. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that movie, right? Like no one said like, oh, what James Mangold did with X, Y, and Z.
I mean, he only has one movie that I know everybody would consider one of their all-time favorite movies, and we all know what that is. You know what I'm saying? We all know.
No, we talk about Logan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying? Like nobody's putting hit like as good as it is. Nobody's putting 310 to Yuma as one of their all-time favorites. Nobody's putting A Complete Unknown as one of their all-time favorites. Nobody's putting Walk the Line as one of their all-time favorites. Nobody's putting Copland as one of your all-time favorites. Nobody's putting Ford versus Ferrari as one of your all-time favorites. Those are movies I look at and I'm like,
I
these are
like
all
them,
pretty, yeah, pretty good, but like nothing exceptional.
right? And there's nothing about James Mangold that says James Mangold,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't care what you say about a director and their flourishes, right? Whether you like them or not, you know, the fact that they have something that sets them apart
Yes, yes.
is a testament to at least their commitment to creativity,
Yo, because
right?
when you're watching a Soderbergh movie, you're like, damn, this is a Soderbergh movie.
Right?
When
You
you're
watch
watching a Spielberg movie, you're like, yo, this is a Spielberg movie.
like you're waiting for like the Spielberg Warner, right? Or you're waiting for the Spike Lee
Dolly shot.
dolly shot,
The
right?
fucking Martin Scorsese swooping camera pushing.
Right. Or
Fucking
the whip or even like Edgar Wright, the whip cuts,
Yup.
right?
Yup.
Or even fucking Tarantino, you're looking for feet, right? Like,
Nolan has the push-ins.
right?
Nolan has those push-ins, those awesome push-ins. Like, yo, every director I admire has something. Even Gina Bryce,
oh no, Dallas Bryce Howard?
no,
Br-
Gina Prince Blythewood.
Okay,
Even her, yeah, even her, she has some flourishes where I'm like, oh, I'm watching a movie in a skilled hand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At least even Ryan Coogler, he has a signature oneer.
Right. Like even like I, to be considered for me, right? There's two parts. You have to get the movie done, right? But also you have to do something that no other person can do,
Right, because you know when
right?
you're watching a PTA movie, you're watching a PTA movie. Like even
Right.
him, like you're like, well, this feels and looks like a PTA movie.
Right.
Like, yo, uh,
But
yeah,
but there's nothing about James Mangold that says this is a James Mangold film,
yes, yes, yes.
right?
He's what we call a studio journeyman.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being a studio journeyman because we need reliable studio journeymen.
Look,
But I'm just saying, giving a studio journeyman $100 million first look deal is fucking wild.
$100 million, right? Look, that's the thing, right? Like James Mangold has put out enough of he's proven himself enough to be like I get why he is valued,
Right, because
right?
it's not like he's a bad filmmaker. He is not. He's made great movies, but
Right.
nothing, where I'm saying nothing exceptional.
Right, but nothing that says let me give this dude $100 million carte blanche.
Yeah, yeah. Sight unseen to
Right.
develop whatever fucking project he wants. And first look deal, that means they get first dibs on it, and if they don't like it, he gets to take it elsewhere.
Right. But they're still paying the $100 million, right? Like that's
so any
which is,
project. So let's say he goes and makes that movie at another studio. Cool. The next movie he makes got to go to Paramount first because they paid him the first look deal.
yeah.
So that's what a first look deal is. Like they get first dibs.
So, but
Anyways,
yeah.
they announced Top Gun 3, and we're
Well,
like, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, like I'm honestly, the fact that it took this long for them to announce a Top Gun 3, that's the surprising thing.
Call of Duty is coming out next year, written by Taylor Sheridan and directed by Peter Berg. And I heard that, and I'm like, you getting discount Michael Bay, and Michael Bay ain't doing shit right now. Like y'all should have just hired Michael Bay,
Right. And look,
because like that's the only person I want to see a Call of Duty movie.
and I fuck with Peter Berg. There's something about, but you said like discount bin Michael Bay. Like that is the best. Right? Like, but I fuck with Michael Bay, right? And so yeah, like we got Michael Bay at home. Right? That's Peter Berg. We got Michael Bay at home.
Also, no offense, I'm getting a little tired of Taylor Sheridan. I was like, y'all couldn't get anybody else. Now I kind of wish they did let Spielberg make Call of Duty, because fuck, man, I'm tired of Taylor Sheridan.
And,
Good for you for Peter Berg for coming back, because it's been a minute since we've had a Peter Berg film. But like,
look, Tyler Sheridan wrote one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh yeah,
which is Hell or High Water.
Oh, mine's Sicario. But
Okay,
then
so-
you
right.
find out, and the reason why Sicario's so good is because Denny and Benicio were both taking shit out of the script or adding some things into the script. And that's why ever since that movie, Taylor Sheridan's like, yo, my script is set in stone. You can't fuck with it. And I was like, well, that explains Sicario too.
Yeah. But like Hell or High Water, it is a grounded cops and robbers movie.
It's a great Western.
It's a great fucking Western, right? And like, it's the last time I liked Jeff Bridges playing his old man Rooster Cogburn bullshit.
Nah, he was great in The Old Man. They shouldn't.
Oh, okay. I keep on
forgetting.
all right. I keep on forgetting about The Old Man, which they should never have canceled that shit.
Oh, by the way, before we get back on topic, over the weekend, NBC Universal announced that they canceled Organized Crime.
Oh no!
Yeah, and then the very next day, Christopher Maloney put out a statement. He's just like, man, it was been such a pleasure to come back and play Stabler. Now that this show's over, I guess I'm never playing Stabler again. I was like, damn, my man left to go have a film career. Once that didn't really pan out, he came back to play Stabler, and instead of just letting him come back to SVU, they created a whole new show only for them to play hot potato with it.
Right. And here's the thing, that's not going to be the last time he's playing Stabler. They'll give him another fucking show. They'll put him somewhere else, right? Because if we know anything about Law and Order, they will keep a corpse alive.
Well, unfortunately, my brother told me yesterday, the OG Law and Order is back on the chopping block. I'm like, yo, y'all canceled it once, and now you're gonna cancel it again?
But they're Law and Orders now, right? Like the machinery in place to make those are fucking turnkey, right? It costs them probably no fucking money to just keep that shit going and crank those out. And it's something that you can always depend on, right? But I think it's because they're trying to put all their money into that Chicago bullshit.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, yo, there's only so many Chicago shows to keep y'all afloat.
Right.
And y'all don't got shit on Peacock, so it doesn't even make Peacock worth subscribing to if you're going to cancel Law and Order. Because the only thing I'm going to watch on Peacock now is going to be fucking SNL.
Right. Or I'll like tune back in when the shows that I like come back. Right? But
what shows?
What?
What fucking shows?
I like Stumble or I like all, like I said before, like a couple of weeks ago, I like all of those The Office, but set in X, Y, and Z shows, right?
Oh, so you like the paper?
Except for the paper.
Okay.
Right. But like St. Dennis Medical, Stumble, there's a fucking couple others on there, right? I like that shit, but if there are no new episodes coming out, there's really not anything to keep me going. And I'm mad at the fact that I got to pay for SNL,
Yeah, because that shit used to be on Hulu for free.
right? Like Sunday I could watch SNL, right? Not anymore. And like Peacock, once in a while it'll have something fucking fantastic on it, like Day of the Jackal. Wasn't that Peacock?
Yeah.
Right? But I'll just wait until season 2 of Day of the Jackal to renew. Right?
Okay. Anyways, but that's basically Paramount. Like that went over. They announced like they're bringing back Transformers. They're doing another GI Joe. They're doing all these franchises, and
Mm.
the one thing the big picture said, which I'm gonna keep referencing because they had the best coverage of Comic-Con. Not Comic-Con, CinemaCon.
Yeah.
Sean said, he's like, these are all franchises, but they're all like B, C-list franchises. Like they did have A+ franchises, but like they've been putting out so many mediocre movies. They're now like B+ franchises. Like he brought up Star Trek. Like they're gonna reboot Star Trek again because it's been too long
And like all
trying
that,
to get the 4th movie up and running,
right.
and they've killed it so many times. And now they got to start over with Star Trek. And he's like, the problem there is like they had a good creative team. That's the problem with Paramount. They have IP with potential, but then they always get the lowest rung talent to make these movies.
Right. Right. Like I fucked with the JJ verse,
Yes.
right? Star
Yes.
Trek.
Yeah.
And I think it deserved at least one more
More
film
movie. Yeah.
to close it out.
Yeah, man.
Because Into Darkness was a misstep, right?
Right. Star Trek
but-
Beyond was a nice course correction.
right.
And I wanted another movie on that scale. Not too big, but like not too small.
right,
To wrap it up, say like, hey, give a nice tribute to
Anton
Anton
yeah.
and bring back Alice Eve as Carol Marcus, to wrap that shit up.
Right.
And Bon Voyage. We had 4 great movies. I'm not mad with the 3 we have. You know what I'm saying? But like
Every other version of Star Trek, right? Like has got at least 4 or 5 movies. The OG had how many movies? And the
Next Generation had a fuck ton.
Right. So I think this new version should have at least gone out on 4.
Which made a lot of people fans of Star Trek. And they were fans of Star Trek because at the time JJ was a hot commodity. And I went to go see it because I'm like, yo, it's a new J.J. Abrams film. I don't know shit about Star Trek. And I remember convincing me and my boys going to the 8-story IMAX at 10 p.m. on a Friday. Because at that time, I was living in New York. You know what I'm saying? So we could go to like a movie at 10, 11 at night and not have to worry about catching a train. We all went. None of us knew shit about Star Trek. And by the time that movie's over, we're just like, dog, that's one of the best fucking movies I've ever seen in my life.
So like I've been a Star Trek, like the Next Generation fan since I was like fucking 10 years old, right? I'm deep into like the Next Generation, DS9, all that shit, Star Trek. Watching this new one is like, I get it. It is hip and it is fun, right? It is and it doesn't fuck with it doesn't make me like the OG or any of the other past iterations less, right? Because a lot of these fans were like, oh, you're raping my childhood. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I was like, no, this was a great reboot for this. And unfortunately, I think it was Star Wars that killed this because JJ went from Star Trek right? They saw what he did with Star Trek, and Kathleen Kennedy gave him a whole bunch of fucking money to do Star Wars. Yeah, so like you said, Paramount has fucking run whatever franchises that they had into the ground or not fostered them the way they should have been. Like how many different movies have we had?
Oh yeah, I talked about that with my brother yesterday. I was just like, it was too little, too late by the time they actually got good.
Right. It was Beast Wars, right?
Yeah. And then the animated film.
Right.
Which it should have just been from the beginning. Like these should have just been fucking animated films.
And they would have been absolutely fine.
Yeah, man. Some things just don't need to be live action, y'all.
And you know what? Like the kid in me, the nostalgia was like, all right, oh shit, a live action Transformers. But after that first iteration, it's like, I'm good. I don't need to see any more of these. Like I saw, like, all right, you did the thing. You made it live action. Let's move on.
None of those Transformers movies, the live action ones, were good except for Rise of the Beast. I consider a good movie that still has faults. That movie has big fucking flaws, but I do enjoy that movie. The only other one I can say I was entertained by, just from a sheer like, holy fuck, this is a lot of shit, and I can't believe they pulled it off, because every dollar that they got is on screen, is the third one. Because the third one had the Battle Chicago, and that's still one of the craziest fucking things I've ever seen in a movie. And it's crazy to me that then the next movie is more expensive, and nothing comes close to what they did in the previous film. All these movies are terrible, though.
Yeah, like I said, the
One's
first one
bad, 2 might be an atrocity, 3 is the only one I can say is entertaining, 4, quite possibly one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And 5 made me sick just because it switches, because Michael Bay shot the whole movie in IMAX, and he shot it in IMAX 3D. This motherfucker kept switching aspect ratios throughout the entire film. Like, it was 3 different aspect ratios, and it made me sick. Like, in 3D, watching it on an 8-story screen.
5 was so messy, right? Go look at 5. And you will see a stunt man, like a literal stunt man, right? Like in 3 different scenes, because it gives Michael Bay with his coverage and his quick cuts, right? You will actually see a stunt man right next to Mark Wahlberg, right? Holding him, right? But that character just comes out. There's no character there, right? It's just someone, fucking spotting Mark Wahlberg, right? And some of these, like, you cut from one angle, he's not there. The other angle, he's there.
I gotta go back. No, I'm not gonna go back and rewatch that shit. But like, yo, listen, I just remember in 4 where they had the Romeo and Juliet law. There's the close up on Nicola Peltz's ass for no reason. There's the fucking they crash into a Bud Light truck, and Mark Wahlberg pops one open and chugs it.
So, the Transformers movies, like the first one I like, but I like because of nostalgia. I don't like because it's good.
I don't like that first movie at all. Like if you had to put a gun to my head and be like, yo, out of pre-Beast Wars, you have to watch one of these movies, I'd be like, all right, 3. 3 is the only one I can tolerate. Even though that is, Jesus Christ. That's another one where I'm just like, yo, that's the one that opens up on that chick's ass, where the camera's basically up her ass, and I'm like, dog, this is fucking Transformers. Like, if I want to watch porn, I can go watch porn, man. Like, people took their kids to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know what to tell you. Paramount.
Yeah, so that's the Paramount. We just glossed over Paramount. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Whatever. Anyway, let's move on into Amazon. Amazon coming out, like fucking doing a victory dance across stage. They're like, guess what, niggas? Project Hail Mary. We are extending the theatrical run for that. So good luck if you're thinking about seeing it on Prime or seeing it on demand, because that shit ain't happening for a minute. And you know what? It's justified because they just had their 5th weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess how much money that motherfucker made in its 5th weekend?
Let me say 11.
20.
What?
$20 million, nigga.
Yo.
$20 million. By the way, I had time to kill before my job started because I worked remotely Thursday before I saw Michael. And I was like, fuck, let me kill this first couple of hours just using Project Hail Mary. Now it's back in IMAX 70. 9:30 on a Thursday morning. Shit is still sold out. And there's people there seeing the motherfucker for the first time because people were laughing at the right parts. And I'm like, oh, this is these niggas' first time seeing it. We are in week 5.
We told you during our review, this is a generational film, right? This is a film that is going to reignite people's love of going to fucking movies.
Nigga. This past weekend, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, $30 million. Number 2, Project Hail Mary, $20 million. That is insane. That's insane.
I'm surprised that Mario made 30 this.
I'm not.
Wait, it's his second week or third?
Third. I'm surprised that Project Hail Mary's still making that much money. I'm like, damn, it got IMAX screens back, and it made $20 million in its 5th weekend. I was just like, damn, like, no wonder Amazon's like, y'all thought y'all gonna see this shit at home? They looking at you like,
psych.
Yeah, y'all thought y'all gonna see this at home. Yo, and then they started announcing their whole slate. Apparently, one of the biggest things that left an impression on people, and this was one of the best presentations across the whole CinemaCon, they debuted the trailer and Michael B. Jordan came out, and so did Adriana Ojorna. They came out to present the trailer for the Thomas Crown Affair, and everybody's just like, yeah, nigga, next March, this motherfucker's going to make money. Michael B. Jordan's second movie as a director, he stars in it again. And I'm just glad Bradford Young has shot another movie. I was just like, damn, Solo almost killed one of our greatest black artists, and I'm just glad he's back. Fiending to see this trailer. Like, I want to know what it looks like.
I want to see all these trailers, man, like they've been talking about. Well, I wish it would, like, CinemaCon's over now. Let's just drop the shit. Like, put the shit out.
So, yeah, Amazon announced a bunch of shit. They said He-Man looks fun because they showed a bunch of clips from He-Man.
I saw I tried not to watch the second trailer.
Oh yeah, Masters of the Universe. I need to stop calling it He-Man.
Right. You know, I went to see a movie this weekend and I saw the second trailer, and I was like, all right, God damn it, this does look fun.
Yeah, the projectionist before Sheep Detectives, he said he's seen it 3 times, and he said it's fun. He told me and Joseph, he's like, yeah, that shit is fun.
Yeah, so like, all right. Before I was like, fuck this movie, but now it's like, all right, I'll give it a chance.
Sheep Detectives and Masters of the Universe, I watched both of those trailers, and I was just like, I'm gonna wait and see, because both of those movies look like it could go either way. And I really do wish I could talk about Sheep Detectives, but, you know, embargo.
Right.
But, like, yeah, man, like, look, okay, I take it back. So if you want to make a movie, you go to Universal, Amazon, or Warner Brothers if you want to make a movie and not like a piece of commerce. If you want to make a movie, that's where you go. Because they showed some other stuff, but we got to move on. Okay. Sony was the first day. Tom Rothman came out, and Tom Rothman don't give a fuck either, dog. He came out, he's just like, y'all got to stop with the 30 minutes of ads. He's like, get rid of the ad crack. And I was just like, yo, this nigga came out and is just like, yo, get rid of that shit. And then he also said, guys, we need to show at least 5 trailers max. No more than 5 trailers. And let's start the fucking movie. I was like, damn, this nigga is just... Tom Rothman might as well came out with an AK and just fired into the crowd, dog.
I mean, but he's fucking... It's the truth. Like, the trailers are one thing. Fine. Whatever. But then I don't need an ad for Coca-Cola. I know they have fucking Coca-Cola and popcorn in the fucking lobby, right? Like, the Coke doesn't need to sell shit to me.
Yeah, because I'm tired of seeing that fucking genre thing with the couple.
Right.
They showed off their whole slate. People talked. The first thing that came out of the Sony panel, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to be the first animated film from beginning to end to be in 1:4:3.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, so I guess I'm gonna go to the 8-story IMAX. See that motherfucker. I hope that shit's in 3D. Can you imagine that shit in IMAX 3D?
It's gonna melt your brain. It's gonna melt your motherfucking brain.
Tom Rothman, Lord and Miller said, like, we're really proud of this movie. We hope y'all enjoy it. And Tom Rothman was on stage with him. He's just like, yeah, this is the best one out of all three.
I mean, it better be.
Yeah, as long as that shit was supposed to come out like 6 months after the second one, and now it's been fucking 3 years.
Look, so, I mean, look, it's gonna be worth it. 100%, it's gonna be worth it. I have to believe.
They showed the crowd 3 clips from the movie, and they said all 3 clips were pretty fucking great. There's a bunch of highlights, but the only one I want to get to, because again we don't have time, the social reckoning.
Yeah, like I've been. Go ahead and talk about that. Go ahead.
Mixed, very mixed reactions coming out of that trailer, where people are like, "Oh man, Jeremy Strong's giving a great performance," and other people are just like, "Yeah, nigga, like we need Jesse Eisenberg back." Funny about the thing is that they used the music from Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross for the trailer from the first movie, but they announced it at fucking CinemaCon that they are not scoring the sequel. Alexander Desplat is, and I'm just like, yo, look, the only person who came back from the first movie is the DP. When you leave Sorkin unfiltered for more than an hour, you know what I'm saying? Because Sorkin doing his thing on TV for an hour, always great. But we've seen what happens when you let Sorkin do his thing with no filter for more than an hour. The reason why The Social Network works is because Fincher was there as the barrier, and he filtered a Sorkin movie through a Fincher lens, and it made one of the most vicious and like violent movies I've ever seen. And again, not physical violence, just psychological violence, because that movie psychologically is violent. I read the script for The Social Network, and homie's taste in music is for like a middle-aged white man. So the fact that he had college-age students listening to some of the music cues, that's why I say you need somebody as a barrier to Sorkin, because anybody using those music cues in that movie, we would not think of The Social Network as the masterpiece as it is. I'll just say that much. Like, we'd all be like, "Whoa, a pretty good, decent film."
Yeah.
I'm itching to see this trailer because I want to see what exactly Jeremy Strong is doing, where people are either just like, "Yeah," or they're just like, "No."
Yeah. I want to see how he's going to. Because honestly, I am afraid that it's just going to be him doing what he did in Succession.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into fucking Disney. We might as well get Disney now, right?
All right, let's go for it.
I think we covered everybody. We talked about Universal, right? Yeah, we talked about Universal. By the way, Disclosure Day shot on 35 millimeter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why, for some reason, Universal's pressing IMAX prints for that.
I don't know, man.
I would just rather see a 35 millimeter print than see a fucking blow up, because it's gonna look like shit. I'm sorry, it is.
They're doing it so they can charge you more money. So they can charge people more money.
Yo, Universal, listen, I will see it in IMAX 70 if that's the press screening. That better be the press screening, nigga. But yeah, Disney, as Sean put it, and this is how I couldn't find the words about how I feel about Disney as a whole, and because we rail on Disney because they don't take any chances anymore. He said it best. He's like, commercially and fiscally makes sense, but creatively their whole slate's bankrupt. Creatively, I was just like, that's the word I'm looking for, creatively bankrupt, because he was just like, I walked away from this shit pretty cynical. He said they showed them the first 17, not 10, not 12, not 5, not 6, 17. They showed them 17 minutes of Mandalorian and Grogu, the first 17 minutes, and they're just like, it looks cool, looks like it could be fun, but also
why
it kept going. Like the reason why everybody was confused is because it kept going, and they were just like, okay, when is this going to end? Because we thought it was going to end at certain points, and it just kept going. So we saw the first 17 minutes, and they're all just like, looks like it could be fun. They can't really gauge, which is wild because everybody watched the first 7 minutes of Dune is like, masterpiece.
Right, because like honestly, I'm still pissed off that I have to go see this in a movie theater.
It looks, like, yo, listen, the second trailer, me and my brother watched, and we're just like, they should have just led with this trailer, because that second trailer, I was like, oh, this movie looks like it could be good. You know what I mean? That second trailer, I was like, oh, this looks like it could be good. They announced 40 minutes of it. It's going to be in 1:43. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go to New York to see it just because it's going to be a 1:43 for 40 minutes. And then they have 3D showtime. So I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to see 1:43 in 3D. You know what I mean?
Right.
Otherwise, like, it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It like you said, it is what it is.
There's other stuff to be mad at. I will say that. This I'm not mad at. I just look at it, I'm just like,
fine.
It looks fun. It does look like a feature-length version of what we get on Disney Plus, though. Like, and we will see. We will see. Like, that's what I'll say. We will see.
Creatively bankrupt. That's.
I'm not gonna say it about this, but everything else in their slate, yeah, nigga, because everybody, they said they showed clips from Moana, and they were just like, the clips look worse than the movie. They got a bunch of sequels coming out. Like, he even said, they're like, everything's either a sequel, a spinoff, or a remake that they're putting out, except for one movie, which is Hexed. It's an original animated movie coming out in October, starring Rashida Jones and Haley Steinfeld. They play witches.
Okay.
And I'm like, see, that's the type of shit I want to see from Disney. Like, that's exactly the type of shit. Like, they said that and Hoppers are the only two original films dropping this year. Because they showed clips from Toy Story 5, which nobody really talked about, which makes me nervous. They showed clips from Moana. And obviously they ended the panel with Doomsday, and everybody lost their minds. People, there's a group of people there who were quote unquote rowdy, and they were so quote unquote rowdy that they had to play the trailer again. And everybody who attended there thinks that they were plants.
Oh yeah, 100%. Look, plants or. Some other sort of clandestine bullshittery.
Because the journalists who did cover, who were going crazy over it, I noticed they are geeks or have bad taste. Like, the geeks and the ones who have bad taste were the ones who were going crazy for the trailer.
Right.
Reading the description, which I'll get to in a minute, but reading the descriptions of the trailer, I'm just like, we just got this shit in 2 movies, and neither one of them were either pretty memorable, right? It sounds like Multiverse of Madness and Deadpool and Wolverine as one movie, except with Avengers. Like,
yeah, I saw the description and I was like, I guess
it's fan service. It's fan service.
Yeah.
On the big picture, they called it Reheated, and I was just like. One person pointed out and they said, there's been no build up to Doom. Sean Fennessy said they haven't uttered his name not fucking once. Like, they allude to him in Fantastic Four, but they don't say his name.
Right.
Ever.
He's just like you. It's. Do you even you see the robe? You see the cloak in the hand.
And his and Latveria. Remember when they're at the UN?
Oh yeah.
Nobody's sitting in Latveria because that's supposed to be Doom.
Right.
That's the only time they allude to him in the entire fucking MCU is that one brief throwaway. And that scene, that mid-credit scene, apparently that was shot while they were making Doomsday. So apparently that scene's gonna play out in full in Doomsday.
Sure.
So characters we have, somebody pointed out like, Thanos was there as
Throughout
build up, right?
Everything,
right, because Loki for Phase 1, Loki was the big bad, and then come to find out, Loki was working for Thanos. Mm-hmm. When we get to Guardians of the Galaxy, we find out Gamora and Nebula are his adopted daughters,
right.
And like niggas are terrified. Ronan the Accuser, people are terrified of him. Come to find out, Ronan, who's he working for? Thanos.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why when Thanos says, "I'll do it myself," that hit hard.
Yeah.
That's hit hard because like you've been watching this motherfucker for 10 movies?
Yep.
Up until that point?
Yeah, because that's the one thing I like about Age of Ultron. He thought Ultron was going to take out the world, so that way, hey, he's doing the shit I need him to do. And once they beat Ultron, that's why he says, all right, well, I'm up next, niggas.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and so now you have Robert Downey Jr. coming back. They said Robert Downey and Chris Evans came back out. Mm-hmm. And it had the same energy that they had at the Oscars. And I was just like, oh, man, that is...
that does not bode... this is where you're supposed to sell it, right? Like, the Oscars is whatever, but CinemaCon, and for those of you who don't realize, CinemaCon isn't like a fan convention.
This is for theater owners to sell them to, hey, this is what we got coming, and these are the movies you should be excited about. You know what I mean? This is what you should be excited about. And instead, you know what I mean? Like, everybody said, like, most people in that theater were muted except for very few vocal people. Mm. All right, but they said Kevin Feige's like, this is the direct sequel to Avengers Endgame. I'm like, wait, what?
What about all the other movies you had, right?
Wait, what? And my brother even pointed that out. He's like, it's going to be hard for people to go from Endgame to this because then you're going to be like, well, why is Loki holding up the multiverse with a tree? Like, why is Doctor Strange in some weird dimension with Charlize Theron? A question we still don't even know why. Yeah, that shit just happened. I still have no idea who that person is.
Yeah, I mean, a direct
Yeah, so let's go into the trailer.
Sure.
The trailer has a look at, apparently he invades the multiverse. It starts off with Dr. Doom invading the multiverse. Professor X looks out the X mansion and sees a bright light signaling trouble. And then it's just a flood of crossovers. That's what the whole trailer is. Just money shots of crossovers. Gambit and Shang-Chi are fighting.
Who's playing Gambit? Do we know?
Channing.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
they announced that a long time ago. Yeah, Channing is in both Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Hey, good for him.
Gambit's fighting Shang-Chi. Mystique transforms into Yelena, and she fights Yelena. So Florence Pugh's fighting herself. And I'm just like, Rebecca Romijn is going to be fighting Florence Pugh. Okay. All right.
All of this sounds very, very cool, but also non-fucking exciting.
Thor and Dr. Doom fight hand to hand, and Thor throws Mjolnir at Dr. Doom. He catches Mjolnir with his bare hands. I'm like, damn, he's like the third fucking villain to do this shit at this point.
At this point, who isn't fucking worthy? Right?
Well, no, not worthy. Who can fucking, what villain can't fucking
Stop. Right.
Mjolnir? And then apparently the biggest moment is at the end where Steve Rogers returns, says, "Hey, buddy," to Thor, and and Steve Rogers takes Mjolnir, and I was just like, dog, we just did that shit in the very last Avengers movie. What are you talking about? That's the biggest moment of the fucking trailer. They did that shit in the last movie.
And like once again, that was earned. The seed that was planted in Age of Ultron, right? That throwaway scene that I even thought it was cute, right? And then the payoff in Endgame where he actually picks it up, right? That is storytelling. That was earned. When he picked it up, the whole entire fucking theater erupted, right? Because you were waiting for that fucking moment. And now it's just, oh God, like reheated is right. Reheated is fucking right.
So Kevin Feige said this is the ambitious crossover. Oh, I forgot to say, there's a scene of Bucky and Sam meeting and hugging, and they bring their Avengers teams together. So Sam's Avengers joins the Thunderbolts, because that's what I'm calling them. I'm not calling them New Avengers as some fucking ha joke. Now so the Thunderbolts and the Avengers form as one, and they get together and they meet the Fantastic Four. So all those people, whoever, we don't even know who's on Sam's team.
Exactly.
We don't know who the fucking real Avengers are yet. Right, and so the Thunderbolts and whoever's leading on Sam's team, they meet together, they come together, and they meet the Fantastic Four. So all those characters are in one scene.
Sure. But like they're in one scene, but what stakes does that have? Is it like what we had in Multiverse of Madness, where you had that fucking council meeting?
But shouldn't we have established what's the name of the movie? Brave New World.
Right.
Like, wouldn't that have made sense for Sam to form the Avengers at the end of that? Hey, like the president just turned into the Hulk, and the Avengers show up and they all take down a Hulk together because that shit was insane. That Sam, without super serum, like I get that's the point. But that's also insane that this nigga took
down a Hulk. Right? A fucking Hulk.
With fire powers.
So.
Like that Hulk had fire powers, nigga. Like.
Not going to talk about this because people get mad at us when we talk about how bad Brave New World was.
I have a feeling Doomsday is going to open huge. Right? Open huge, and then like because Dune's out, because Jumanji's out, Werewolf drops, because Focus had their own parallels. They showed the Werewolf trailer, and they're just like, oh, that movie looks terrifying. Because Aaron Taylor Johnson is the werewolf, and they said his transformations are disgusting. I'm like, yeah, it's Robert Eggers. What'd you expect, bro?
Right.
Also, y'all forgot, Nosferatu made money hand over fist. And this nigga's putting out now, he put out a vampire movie at Christmas. This nigga's putting out a werewolf movie at Christmas. So y'all got 4 other movies around that time. Like, yeah, y'all make the most money, but you're going to make most of that money opening weekend. Because then I have a feeling everybody's going to be like, oh, let's go see Werewolf. Oh, let's go see Dune. Or if I have a family, I'm going to be like, let's just go see Jumanji. I don't want to see this superhero shit.
Because Werewolf, like part of what made Nosferatu so successful was
it was a Robert Eggers film.
Well, not that so much as the hype where people are like, you have to see it in theaters.
Well,
right?
you know what? That was the reason a lot of people went to go see it, is that it was a new Robert Eggers film, because The Northman popped on VOD, and when it popped on VOD, he became the internet's new favorite director.
Right, but like you couldn't talk about Nosferatu without saying like, yeah, you got to see it in theaters, right? And that's it because it was something special, right? Doomsday is nothing special, right? There's nothing that's going to be revelatory watching it in fucking Infinity Vision
We'll get to that in a second.
versus seeing it on like my 70-inch.
I'm also tired of Kevin Feige coming out for every Avengers movie now being like, this is the most ambitious crossover we've ever done. I'm like, no, because these are all your characters and we've been building to this. So not really. The most ambitious crossover y'all ever did was No Way Home. Like, y'all got 3 generations of Spider-Man in a movie. And even though it was rumored, it was still a surprise to fucking see. On top of you getting all the villains that we all loved in one movie.
And making it work.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah, man. As messy and as forgettable as No Way Home is, it's still a lot of fun to watch. And, like, all right. Kevin Feige, he also he defends the choice about casting Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, because this is what he said. At the moment Downey was on his way to an Oscar for Oppenheimer, everyone was talking about the best actor in the world. We said to ourselves, this might be the moment to do it. Let's do it. It's our universe. It's a multiverse. We can do whatever we want. He played the most iconic villain. Let's let him play the most iconic villain.
Sure.
That's what I said. I was just like, isn't there most iconic? Who's the most iconic villain in the MCU? Like, I guess Doom is, but I would say also Magneto, right?
Like, are we talking about the MCU or just like...
I'm talking about Marvel.
Marvel. I mean, look. I mean,
like, Magneto's like...
iconic, like, yeah, Magneto's that dude, right?
Like, yeah, I think Dr. Doom is definitely number 2, but number 1's Magneto, man.
Yeah.
Or, you know what? No, number 1's Magneto, and number 2 for me would be Kingpin.
Galactus.
Yeah, okay, so number 1, Galactus. Number 2, Magneto. And then number 3, Kingpin. Doom would be number 4.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you really don't talk about Doom without talking about Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, yeah.
Right? Because, like, he doesn't even enter the conversation unless you talk about the Fantastic Four, honestly.
I mean, they did have that awesome run where he got the Iron Man armor and he was Iron Man for a hot minute. That shit was cool. That was a good run of comics because he was an anti-hero there. But I fucking don't understand why Disney's not moving this shit. And they're so stubborn that they created what we've been talking about, Infinity Vision, which is them saying, hey, this theater is up to snuff. It's the biggest screen. It's the best sound. It's calibrated with sound. And we've put our stamp of approval on this premium large format theater. It is saying, hey, this premium large format theater is a great movie to see a Disney film in, Infinity Vision. I'm like, this is stupid. Right. Apparently people were snickering at that shit. Like, theater owners were rolling their eyes and snickering. And I'm just like, just move the fucking date, dog. Y'all got 3 weeks ahead of Dune. IMAX is open.
It's so fucking obvious, right? It's almost
so
sad.
Yeah,
it's
petty.
sad.
It's like a high school guy being like, well, your girl may be hot, but my girl's hotter, man.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's not even like that. It's Coke versus Pepsi, man. Like, it's not even like that. It's not even like Coke versus Pepsi. It is just so obvious and asinine and insulting, right? Because, look, if it's not an IMAX, right, then whatever big screen it's on is still not going to be as big as IMAX, right? Unless because they've put most of these theaters out of business, right? The smaller independent ones, right? Fucking Regal has its own brand,
RPX. But that's my thing is like, yo, you guys have your pick of the litter of fucking premium formats. That's all you got to do is say, hey, see it in Dolby, RPX, 4DX, Screen X.
Right.
Meanwhile, Dune is probably just going to be like, see it in IMAX and then select showtimes in Dolby.
Right.
Like, yo, I don't understand why, if you're going to do this, just fucking share the wealth. You know what I'm saying? Just share, like, you don't have to be like Infinity Vision. This reminds me of THX. It's THX all over again. At least THX was a fucking quality control thing. Like, hey, it was mixed and mastered in THX. Like, that was actually a format, as fucking janky as that was. If they were smart, because they owned the shit, they would have just brought that shit back. Like, hey, guess what? The first movie remastered in THX in years. Avengers Doomsday will be the first movie remastered in THX. We're working with theaters right now to install THX systems on their biggest screens.
And here's the thing. These theaters...
That would get my dick hard.
These theaters are not going to do that. They're not going to invest in infrastructure like this because they're not making enough money to warrant that, right?
Yeah, well, because they said Infinity Vision, in order to be included on that, you have to be on either a premium large format or you have to be the biggest screen in your theater, and you have to have laser projection, and you have to have the latest like Atmos or 7.1 surround sound. And I'm like, I think almost every theater is equipped with 7.1 now.
Right. But here's the thing. If you're not, right? If you don't have these things, you're still getting the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, man.
They're not going to not put the movie in as many theaters as possible.
Yeah.
But they want an excuse to try to charge you more for this Infinity Vision bullshit, which the theaters aren't going to see that money.
And are they really going to fucking spend the money to bring people out to every theater and install a plaque that just says Infinity Vision outside the auditorium, and people are going to be like, what the fuck is Infinity Vision?
So what they're going to do is they're going to send out self-evaluation packets, right, to these theaters to have them do the checklist, like, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. They'll have the plaque right there in this self-evaluation packet, right? No one from Disney is coming out to see this shit because why would you spend money to do that? Right? So Disney's not doing it. So and the theater's not going to pay from someone from Disney to certify them as Infinity Vision. Get the fuck out of here.
On a movie that already needs to gross $1.5 billion because they paid so much money to Robert Downey Jr., and that includes everything he wanted, which we're not going to go over again, and the Russo brothers and everything they wanted. And that's not to mention all the people who are probably like, yeah, I'll come back if you give me $30 million. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, yo, fucking Chris Evans ain't coming back unless he's getting $20 million.
Right.
Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, they're not coming back unless they're getting at least 15, 20 million. You know what I'm saying? Channing Tatum's a fucking movie star, y'all. Fucking Chris Hemsworth makes 20 million alone on these Thor movies. Like, these are the most expensive people money can buy, y'all. All in one fucking movie.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if they're in the movie for 5 minutes or an hour, they're getting that money.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I have a feeling if this movie makes under $1 billion, there's going to be some questions around Secret Wars.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because the only thing keeping Marvel afloat right now is Daredevil, because we all love Daredevil. And the fact that now it leaked the Defenders are going to be in season 3. So I guess the rumors about that Defenders movie, because I remember they announced, like, hey, there's going to be a Daredevil spin-off movie in the next phase. And we're all like, oh, so it's going to be Defenders.
Right.
Since everybody, even Finn Jones is back as Iron Fist.
I was about to ask that. Yeah.
You ain't see those leaks?
No.
Everybody's on set, and it leaked from set.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
And I was just like, okay. So the only thing keeping things afloat are the Defenders and X-Men, because everybody's going to be like, well, we got to see who the X-Men are. And they said they're doing 3 different X-Men teams next phase. And I'm like, all right, well, look, I'm not going to not want to see X-Men, but like the rest of this bullshit, I could care less. I'm sorry, I can really care less. Like, the only things I'm cool about is like, I want to see what they're going to do with Defenders, and let me see what the X-Men's going to look like. Otherwise, like, I could take or leave this shit.
I want to see how bad Doomsday is. Right? That's the. I am not looking forward to this. Like on a pure fan level.
And it doesn't help that they cut all their VFX department. You saw that, right?
Yeah. Like what was it? What was it? Well, 50 people, 100 people.
It was a lot. Where I'm just like, yo, that's your biggest problem with these movies, besides the script, is the visual effects. Because the movies, ever since, like, they've been janky, you know what I'm saying? For the first 3 phases, they've been janky but passable.
Right.
But then once we got to Black Widow, that's where I was just like, man, this is sloppy. And they've gotten worse. Like, the worst looking one is Doctor Strange, where I'm just like, dog.
It's obvious green screen.
Yeah,
It's like obvious.
Yeah, where like Doctor Strange, almost the entire movie, I'm like, this looks like shit. And we just saw Send Help, which it looks amazing. That's a good looking film. So like, I can't even say, oh, it's Sam Raimi's fault. That movie looks like fucking shit.
Yeah.
And they're saying this looks like the usual, as far as like cinematography goes, it looks like the usual Marvel slop. That's what they said. And I was just like, oh, well, great.
Fantastic. Great.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, man. I was just like, all right, yo, look.
All right. Well, just
that was a lot of bullshit because of Disney. I can't even blame Marvel, because this is a Disney thing. And I'm just like, because of Disney and their fucking stubbornness to release Doomsday, they're just gonna fuck over everybody. Because this Infinity Vision's gonna fuck over shit, because people are gonna be confused, and the only people who are gonna be hyped about this are Disney adults. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even think Disney, like, and you could push a Disney adult a long fucking way, but I highly doubt that a Disney adult is going to be like, yeah, I will pay the premium for this thing that you just made up. Like, you just made it up.
You never know.
I would have more faith in a Disney adult than that. Like, and I've got very little faith in a Disney adult.
Like, the only thing is like a Disney adult, and then like just rubes, absolute fucking rubes. That's the only people who are gonna get hyped about Infinity Vision. And like, you're gonna smother all these other movies for fan service, because that's what this fucking sounds like. This all sounds like fucking fan service. Like, do I want to see Shang-Chi fight Gambit? Not particularly.
Like, I don't mind it, right? But it's not the battle that I was waiting my whole entire adult life to see.
Like, the only nerd shit battle I want to see, besides the Avengers fighting Galactus, you know what I'm saying, is fucking Hulk versus fighting Wolverine. That's it.
Sure,
Otherwise,
yeah.
like, whenever a selling point is somebody fighting somebody else, I'm just like, sure, you know what? For those of you who are looking forward to this, I hope it's the movie you want. I really do.
I hope it's the movie that you wanted and deserve.
Yeah, man, because, like, to me, I was excited for Infinity War. I was excited for Endgame. Like, I was like, fuck yeah, man, I cannot wait. We're finally getting to the end of this shit. We watched all of this. And now I'm just sitting here like, yo, look, man. If you're not Wonder Man, if you're not the Defenders, if you're not X-Men, I'm just looking at you like, and I'm not even, I know y'all gonna be like, but the X-Men are in this. I'm like, no, not the Fox X-Men. I'm talking about the new X-Men. Right. Like, I don't care, man. Like, I'm just over this.
And let's least we forget, fucking, what are we gonna do with Jonathan Majors?
Yeah, Kang is still there. Which every time they ask, "Hey, are you guys ever gonna circle back around to Kang?" Kevin Feige always goes, "No comment, no comment, no comment."
Right, but let's talk about how, you ruined this motherfucker's career, and it was unwarranted. Just saying.
I don't know. That nigga is kind of gone crazy though.
I mean, no, the nigga was crazy, but
That nigga's
he,
crazy.
but he didn't do the shit that you said he did.
I mean, he did. Like, I ain't gonna say he did hit her though. He did hit her. Like,
I mean, I don't like. That's we're not gonna get into it, but it's you have this obvious elephant in the fucking room, right? You spent an entire TV show
and a whole ass movie
building up this motherfucker.
Like, it makes sense that Kang would be the villain of this shit over Doom, because at least Kang was in this, and there's multiple Kangs. Doom's just coming out of nowhere. So, like, the fact that the Council of Kang is letting Doom come in and take everything out, I'm like, you know what?
I saw an AI where someone put Doom, Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom, walking into the Council of Kang from the end of what was the end of? Was it Quantumania, and then just like killing all of them, making them all disappear. And I'm watching this AI, and it's like, all right, it's cool, but also I don't like the visual of a white man coming in and making a fucking coliseum full of brown people, of black men, disappear. It felt icky to me.
That's why I'm not watching the new Harry Potter, because everybody pointed out Black Snape and how it's going to look like Jim Crow once it comes to them flashbacks of Harry's dad picking on him. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to have the beef between a grown-ass black man and this little white kid.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, man. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm not going to watch this Harry Potter show. Also, the Harry Potter show, it looks like shit. Like, they overlit the fuck out of that.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything from that trailer. It's just, I can't support JK.
Also, why am I going to watch this? I'm going to spend the next 10 years watching the same shit that I already spent like years of my life on. Like, I read all the books. I watched all the movies already. Like,
what are you doing different?
Yeah, man. I'm tapping out. Like, I may come back for, I think I might watch Goblet of Fire, because that's my favorite book. And that movie is goddamn garbage. But also...
Yeah, I mean, once again, if it was a creative endeavor, then I would say Godspeed and good luck, right?
Y'all still have the Wizarding World imprint, and instead of like expanding the world without JK, just hiring different people to go a different section of this fucking world, we're going back to the source.
Right. It just feels like a fucking cash grab. It feels like it all...
Like Sean says, creatively bankrupt.
Yeah. So.
A copy of a... All right. Let's get into our main review. We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best. It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.